Hi, it's Paul from MTB Pro. Today is Wednesday the 13th of December. This is my stock swing trading analysis and alert video. So let's start with the trades closed out yesterday. Eventually the trade on GM got stopped at the stop loss. Now if this does find support here and start to move back up, there may be another call to trade the double bottom here and go long later on. So I'll just keep an eye on this. Also, the short on unit took the stop loss out yesterday, so that's minus 2% on the account balance. And then we had the big winner on GS, Goldman Sachs, yesterday. So I got out around about 1.7% profit on the account balance, but it did go on to make 2% and close above the target level. So very good for those traders that are in there. So how does that make the month look so far? So this is a spreadsheet. We can see on the swing trades here, I've had two nice, decent-sized wins of 1.7% on each, both financial stocks, by the way. And then I've had 3 losses. So overall, I'm still up for the month on the swing trades. I'm up for the trade room, 1.8% on the account balance, and I'm up for my inner circle trades, which are different strategies. For those guys that are in my inner circle, they've made 4% on their trading account balance so far. So that's how the results look so far for a December, which is not bad really. We're still near those all-time highs on the indexes, keep making those new records, and there's no clear sort of pullback to make some really good trades. So at the moment, you know, still in the green across the board and trying to keep that way for the rest of December. So let's go to the current open trades. They're still in. BHP had another good day yesterday, a higher high, a higher low, gradually making its way back up towards that original entry price. And to be honest, at this moment in time, that's a target to get out for me at the moment, just to break even. It's been on long enough. It just doesn't seem to have the juice at the moment. Let's see how the next week goes, but I'm hopefully looking to get out before the 22nd of December, when in reality that's when I close down for the rest of the year for Christmas. DWDP, pretty flat yesterday. We did venture higher, good decent volume, but we closed pretty much near the close of Monday. So nothing, no real action there at all. Just seems to be consolidating at this level after the pullback. With news, increased volume yesterday, but to the wrong way. So we did have a negative day yesterday. Again, we just seem to be hovering around this zone at the moment with no real purpose to go up or down. So I'm just gonna stay in, see how it goes, hopefully. And again, what I'm trying to do is clear out a lot of these trades before the end of next week. PNR did venture up, and to be honest, most of the session yesterday was quite encouraging. We broke these 2 highs, but then got a nosebleed again and came back down and closed pretty flat. Increased in volume yesterday. There was more shares traded. It just couldn't hold on to those highs yesterday. PPG, so we are consolidating at this zone after the pullback. We're around about break even. Big volume yesterday, just couldn't push the price you know, a lot higher. Can be a concerning factor, but let's just see how this consolidation level holds. LQ, so the pullback continued yesterday, but we rejected those lows and we came back to close just slightly higher than the close on Monday. So hopefully now we'll see consolidation after this pullback and a move higher towards a target. BP, great day yesterday, big gap up, closed loads of volume as well. If you see there, big increase in volume, big gap up and then closed at the 0.5% profit of the account balance. So that's really good and encouraging. Pre-market, the bid is 40.84 and the ask is 40.86. So we are looking at a little bit of a gap up at the moment. today around about the high of yesterday, so very encouraging for the BP stock. VTR, the short, did venture higher, closed just below the entry yesterday. We are looking for this to turn down. I've just got to be patient. You know, I have these short trades on at the same time as longs because market conditions do change. Yes, it went against me with unit. We had a great short recently that closed yesterday on GD General Dynamics with the inner circle, different type of strategy, but that plummeted, and that we got a big win. So there are shorts that do make the money. We just got to hold on to those. So IVZ yesterday. So we've had this 3-day period where it was really struggling to get through this wave 3 high. Yesterday we had the gap down. It did move lower, but then came back to show this indecision with slight increase in volume. What we're looking for is this to consolidate now. It's almost like a spring coiling where it's pulled back. It rejected those lows. If we can consolidate here and look for another push through there. If it fails again, it may be the time to get out and take those profits. So let's just see how that goes. Again, this is another one I want to clear before the end of next week. The short on HCP had a big bullish day with big volume yesterday. Can be quite concerning there. So let's just see if this zone, let's just extend it a little bit now, can hold, and it can turn back down again. Might be a case on this one to get out if it comes back down to break even and doesn't break. I mean, these lows here, it's only slight profit making position. It's not really going for it. It's a little bit like units. So let's just see if we can get back down to this sort of level and get out of this one. So with NAV, big gap up yesterday, closed in a slight profit making position, did reject those highs, but the thing is we did gap up quite a lot, so there was some profit taking that occurred because people may have got in a lot lower down here. We've had this big gap up, we got these new highs from this M pivot, and people took profit. Big increase in volume yesterday. Let's see if that momentum can either consolidate or even continue into today's session. With COP, we are high. We really reject, the market really rejected those lows yesterday after the gap up and came back up to close almost near the open. So decent profit making position. Didn't make that new high, but this rejection of those lows is encouraging. If we can consolidate and move higher this week, be really good for this trade. ATI made a slightly higher high yesterday. We got a higher low after the gap up, but then closed a little bit lower. But we got the higher high, higher low. Volume still average, not spectacular, but it seems to be going the right way. We just got to give it some more time. And then WY triggered yesterday. Tiptoe trigger, don't like those, but they happen. You know, these tiptoe triggers do happen. We got the big gap up and then took us into the trade and then sold off. Tried to close the gap, didn't quite do it. Increase in volume. Let's see if this can hold now and turn back round the rest of this week. So that's the open trade. Let's go to the watch list. So with GIMO, the sideways action just keeps going. If this breaks, it will break brilliantly, but at the moment we're not in. So Bidu, we did get down, but then tried to close that gap yesterday. Still messing around with this 253.52 entry. Still good unless it breaks this previous low. WBA, to be honest, the volume was lower yesterday, and we did reject those lows, but we closed pretty much near the open and near the close of Monday, so nothing really going off there. HBI started to move up a little bit here. Again, we've got that sensible entry at 2026. If it does break down below this 6-4 moving average low, it just seems to be hanging on to this trend channel at the moment. If it goes higher, we'll just readjust. But at this moment in time, as long as it doesn't break this previous wave 4 high, this entry short at 2026 is still good. OSUR hanging around here. Order still good at 15.59, no changes there. And then ENB, again exactly the same sort of price action yesterday, just hanging around at this resistance level. Not a great deal of potential longs at the moment. I'll only set up high probability trades. If they're not there, I won't set them up, especially as we're going into a low volume Christmas period. So I'll just keep scanning every day, and if they come up, I'll feed them into the funnel. So that's it for today. Have a great trading day, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.